Yeah, this is just a random thing that I'm recording because sometimes things happen around you which you have to eventually talk about if you're even slightly trying to maintain a public face. Which reminds me, Kunal Kamra recently dropped his latest stand-up comedy special. And even though we are like generally living through the worst era of stand-up comedy specials, because everyone wants to be a comedian,
It has to be a real comic with a real reason to fuck that stool. There has to be something to it.
just like everyone wants to be a podcaster as well. But the crowd or the sheer size of the new talent in this field just means that everything has gone to talk shit.
Kerala, sir. 100% literacy, sir.
But that doesn't mean that the genre itself is lost, right? Because I think there's quite a few good specials that have been released recently. Like I think Bill Burr is one, and I'm not saying that because he expressed kind of progressive beliefs in his latest special. No, it's just because everything else is just so bad that even Bill Burr's worst special, like this is not Bill Burr's greatest special. This is worse than Paper Tiger. This is worse than a lot of other things that he has out there. But things are just so dire that even the shitty Bilbo ones seem like gems in front of whatever else is out there. So it's depressing.
My God! Oh my God! What the?
But anyways, so Kunal Kamra released his latest stand-up comedy special and it's called Naya Bharat. So you know what it's going to talk about with a name like that, much less because it's headed by someone called Kunal Kamra. But what you have to understand is that Kunal Kamra has changed up his life a lot in the past few years, starting from where he lives. Like, I think you can generally avoid a lot of stress in India if you just live below the Vindhyas. Well, it was like that until recently, but now that Maharashtra is firmly under BJP's power, I don't know, just go lower, I guess. So yes, Kunal Kamra is currently living in Tamil Nadu. I mean, I think he just lives there if I'm right. And he barely comes to North India, performs and fucks right off, which is how it's supposed to be. Because let me tell you about the story and it gets way more ridiculous as it goes on. In case you hadn't heard, for the past 10 years or something, I think, India has been firmly projecting itself as a Vishwaguru. One thing that is common with most Vishwagurus is, a halfway respect for law and order, which is just absent in this country. And now you might say, no, it's absolutely present. And I just say no. Like there's government administrations openly running like bulldozing campaigns on houses. Now that can be random Muslims or an actress you hate. It's absolutely the same damn thing. Like it's absolutely not setting a good precedent to follow, especially in a country that has just deluded itself into being a world leader. So Kamra did release his special, and I have not seen the entire thing, but I've seen enough to like get an idea about what it is. And I have to say, it's a very music-oriented special, as in songs are the medium of jokes towards the end, and there's certain pieces that are very constructive criticism oriented towards a former CM. Like I don't know, a former CM in lap only, and right now I don't think he's even that, but I won't take the name because I don't want people outside my house. I read it somewhere on Twitter, like Anurag minus Verma, great podcaster by the way, who said that constructive criticism in India is where you criticize someone and the place you criticize them when it needs construction or something. Something to the effect, because what happened was these goons, Shiv Sena goons, were there barely an hour after the special was released, ready to trash up the place because of what Kamra said. And what Kamra basically said was that the way the BJP won this Maharashtra election, which I personally believe had like massive fraud in it, which is a topic for maybe some other day or towards the end of this video, like fuck it, let's just do it right now. I believe that there was like massive fraud in this Maharashtra election, and that's not just because of the anti-incumbency sentiment which existed, but just the fact that I had many other friends who worked for like other political parties. They were just out here saying that they put in multiple votes, like they were asking workers to put in multiple votes during election day, and the BJP still won. What? Like, what? But the funniest outcome was like BJP just getting straight away majorities in Muslim dominated areas, which is like not something that happens realistically. Like even in my hometown, which is a Congress bastion for the longest time, and even though the BJP has made like inroads in recent years, not like Muslim domination inroads. I don't think that's going to happen. So essentially what Kamra was saying is that the way that the BJP won this election, dividing up whatever regional parties were left, like just beyond recognition, just breaking parties, it was just evident that they would just just divide up the voter base enough to like get a comfortable victory. And this is also the part that gets the traitor allegations against. I don't want to. I don't want to say that name. I almost said it once, but anyway. So then Kamra uploads the video. He just goes off, and nearly an hour later, the Shiv Sena goons are already at the habitat, like the place that this special was recorded at. And then these idiots, these absolute idiots, just wanted to start off immediately breaking shit apart. But they were patient, they were wise, they were smart, I guess, because they came to the conclusion that Kamra must still be here since like the video was uploaded barely an hour ago, and there's video evidence of this. Like they were asking the habitat owner, who is clearly very confused about the whereabouts of Kamra, where like how would he know? Even he has that look on his face. And at that point, a creature that looks like a leader of Shiv Sena, because he's clearly wearing more decorations than the other poor people who are here to like actually do the vandalism. So this creature then asked, like, how can you say that? Like, I just saw this video, he was right here. And I'm like, oh my god, good god, Gandhi, like how are we still allowing these people to roam out in public, much less like lead young men? Like these people should not be allowed to read books. Like the only thing that these people should be capable of is being locked up somewhere where like primary education is simply forced onto them, no other choice. Like, how can you function at a level of intelligence where you unironically go and ask for a person based on the upload schedule of their videos? And if that wasn't bad enough, they went to the hotel that Kamra was supposedly staying at. I mean, he wasn't staying there. The last shit that Kamra probably took had been flushed out of the toilet weeks ago. He had left this hellhole that is North India in general and went back to Tamil Nadu. But they trashed the hotel anyways. Why wouldn't they? Then what did they do? They went back to the habitat and trashed that place as well, while the Mumbai police was recording, mind you. If things weren't stupid enough for you already, the guy who led this charge, like he doesn't look like the average Indian who would be on the front lines of vandalism. No, he looks like an upper class, upper caste educated guy. And he made sure, he made it a point to make sure that we all know that. So this guy turns out, huge fan of Kunal Kamra apparently. Multiple tweets praising him, multiple tweets praising him and Sanjay Raut, mocking elderly leaders. And also one tweet where he's specifically asking to work out with Kunal Kamra. And I don't think like if you ever want to work out with Kunal Kamra, exercise isn't your goal. You just want to hang out with Kunal Kamra, and that's fine. Like I think most of us have had to come to terms with the fact that the celebrity that we like so much might never end up caring about us, and it's okay. Like most people move on, find a new celebrity, find a new hobby, that things that can help them grow. This guy decided breaking the habitat was his coping mechanism, which is not something I can understand honestly. Somewhere between the habitat being vandalized and these goons showing up, there was a point where Kunal Kamra himself had been called on the phone, and what ensued was proper hilarity, because the goon who first answered the call or first made the call just straight away started abusing Kunal Kamra's mother, father, his neighbors, grandmother, I don't know, everyone that Kunal Kamra has ever walked around. And Kunal Kamra just sounds deep asleep. He's like, okay, fine. And then there's a point where Kunal Kamra makes sure that he remembers that this guy is not the CM anymore. He never was the CM in spirit anyways. At this point, a kinder, or rather I say politer Shiv Sainik takes over the call, and he just genuinely asks like, where are you? To which Kamra just replies, I am in Tamil Nadu. And that's the point where the gears start grinding in the Shiv Sainik's head, and he kindly replies,
किधर आने का? तमिलनाडु. तमिलनाडु में कैसा पूछेगा भाई?
This idiot was out here asking Kunal Kamra, can you please show up to your execution? I'm really begging you, please. I want to kill you, please show up. Please, I can't make it there. Please, you need to come to me. It's understandable that I'm asking this of you. Please show up, please. So they demolish the habitat, they make sure that they put a stop to the show. And I think that's a big reason that these idiots just assumed Kunal Kamra was there. Like a show was already going on while they walked in or barged into this event. And I think that's why they assumed like cameras are still on, the people are still here, lights are still on, like yeah, maybe Kamra is still here. I don't know at what level of intelligence you need to function, or the absence of thereof that causes you to think like this, but I don't know, man. It's funny, but it's depressing at the same time that we haven't, as a society, come to the conclusion that we can't be a Vishwaguru or anything of that sort as long as these are the people leading our youth. Like, these people should not be allowed sentience, much less like rights to govern people. Like, how or why this is a controversial sentiment to have is beyond me. Like, we are in the year 2025. Our chief rival is supposed to be China. They are currently harnessing the power of the sun. I don't know what that means. It just sounds dangerous. It just sounds amazing either way. And what are we doing? We are taking up things because, idiots who can be convinced to commit genocide against their own people based on very badly made movies, mind you. These people should not be running this country if it actually wants to succeed in any aspect at all. Like, not even industrial, not even progress. If it just wants to progress within its intellectual boundaries of Hindutva and, committing wholesale genocide on minorities or just cleansing their cultures, these are not the people to do it. These are incompetent assholes. And I think that sooner you understand that, and the sooner we understand that this is not Hindu phobic, this is not religion phobic, this is just you see people for what they are, and what these people are two-bit gundas. And I don't know why it's suddenly so controversial to acknowledge that. And up until like 10 years ago, it was very open to acknowledge that these political parties are clear-cut gundas. They're nothing else. But now that they're in power, I don't know, they are soldiers of God or something. So, bye.
Not forget Jesus, people.